Welcome to the podcast. Welcome to the vodcast. Welcome to the broadcast. Boys and girls, welcome to the show. This is Convincing Idiots. My name's Dean.
I'm Brian, Gen X.
And this here, oh, is that what you're waiting for? This here is Nick, and I am a millennial, and we are coming at you for another episode of Convincing Idiots. If this is your first time here, let me tell you what it is that we do. We talk about nerd and pop culture stuff, and oftentimes make each other laugh, and literally no one else. So, buckle in for a laughless evening. At least amongst yourselves. The three of us will be laughing at each other. See? This
Very
is
silly.
right on cue. There they go.
Laughless evening.
A laughless evening.
Yes.
An evening of somber discussion where
It's going to
only
be
we
the
find
three of
funny.
us on a one-man show.
Yes. So anyway, if you would like to find where else you can go and not giggle, you can Google our Convincing Idiots link tree. That's LINKTREE. And there you're going to have links to all of our social media accounts as well as places you can listen to our podcast. As well as our Convincing Idiots website. That's right, we're that big of a deal. We have a website. Turns out anybody can have one. convincingidiots.wordpress, WORDPRESS.com. Pretty much all the same stuff on Linktree is there. It's just a little fancier way of putting it together, right? You still get all your links there. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all that stuff. Everywhere you can listen to the podcast, all those podcast platforms. As well as, I haven't mentioned in a while, but did you know that you can ask your home assistant device to play the Convincing Idiots podcast?
Mm-hmm.
And they'll be like, oh yeah, there's only one of those because we're the only one. They'll play it. They'll know it's us. So there you go. That's where you can find us. And but now, just buckle in. We're all here together. It's going to be a great time, at least for one or two of us. Maybe the three of us here. Who knows?
We'll see.
So anyway, what's new? What's good in the hood there, Dean? What's new with you?
Oh, not a whole lot. I don't think I've really been up to much. I don't even, honestly, at this point in my life, the days are blending together, the years are blending together. I don't know. I don't even remember what I did this weekend or this past week. I don't know. I went to the doctor.
Yeah. You all right?
That's good. Is everything okay
No.
with your mental health and memory and things?
No, I mean, he just, he said that, he said that I have to quit drinking and,
Did he say that?
yeah, it's going to be a big change. He's been my doctor for 15 years.
Yes, indeed.
So I
There
don't
you
know
go.
what I'm going to find a new one.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you
That
go.
joke.
There you go.
Got to get that
There you
second
go.
opinion there.
There you go.
Yeah.
No, honestly,
Did he tell you to quit drinking?
no,
Oh,
it's
That's
the
the
dad
joke.
joke.
I don't know. You drink a lot. Maybe he did. maybe you're in bad health. I don't know. Maybe that's why you can't remember what
This
day
is
it
no
is.
laughing matter.
Dude, I'm
This
concerned.
is serious. Yeah.
I mean, truthfully, I've wanted to have an intervention with you for quite some time, but I just
Sure.
didn't know when it was the right time.
Surprise!
Surprise! This week on Convincing Idiots, Dean has life problems. We're gonna fix them.
Highest rated show ever.
Don't do this to me, man.
Yeah.
Don't do this to me, man.
It's not your fault. It's not your
Don't
fault.
do this to me, man. Not you.
Well, the
Not now.
live event may or may not be an actual live event on October 16th at
That
Ignite
would be
Brewing.
awesome.
Or it may be an intervention.
Come.
But you
Find
have
out.
to tune in. Tune in to find out or show up to find
There you
out.
go. There you go.
Yeah. So no, I mean, in all honesty, I don't
Anyway,
know.
Dean's liver's in trouble, and we're just gonna go from there.
Yeah. We went to the apple picking with
That
the
looked
family.
very nice.
Nick was there, and your family was there, Nick, and everybody had a good. We got apples and pictures and whatnot. It was a good time.
Beautiful day.
Just recently, yeah, beautiful day. Just recently, I got to hang out with this fella.
That is a
Yeah.
handsome man.
Mm-hmm. That is
Who was-
one Mr.
yes.
Aaron Blake with Blake insurance. Won't do it now. We'll save the read for later. But yeah, so I haven't seen him in a while. It was good times.
Good.
Very good. Excellent.
What about you, Brian?
Very relaxing weekend. Nice time. Football game with Allie. Her daughter marches for local high school band. So a lovely night Friday for a football game. I try to remember what I even did Saturday. I don't know if I can even remember. What did I do Saturday?
You say she's in the band?
She's in the high school band. She plays the flute.
What's she play? Flute. Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
they do a very nice job.
Nice. A flutist.
Yeah. Saturday.
Didn't you play the flute, Nick?
Yep. There you go.
Something of that variety is.
There you go. There you go.
Something in the wind instrument area.
Yes. And then Sunday, I can't remember what I.
There was a concert in there. I want to remind you of.
Saturday, I know what I did Saturday. Holy crap, geez Louise! It was my daughter's recent 21st birthday, and I had family over for Saturday. That's what we did Saturday. Jeez.
The intervention is gonna make me stop drinking and put Brian in a home.
I was going to say, when both of your memories fully vacate the premises, it's going to be tough for me because I feel like I'm not prepared to take over the ship.
Yeah.
No.
But that was a lovely evening Saturday with Peyton and her boyfriend, my mom, and my lovely girlfriend Allie. So that was very nice to celebrate, and a lot of reflections with her growing up and stuff like that. And then,
no reason at all,
yeah.
can we all real quick give a shout out to Allie?
Sure.
Cheers to her. Come on.
Shout out to Allie.
Shout out to Allie.
Absolutely.
Cheers.
Lovely, lovely lady.
Thank you so much. Yes, she is. Yeah, so last night, as you guys know, I went to the Youngstown Foundation Amphitheater, and it's a newer outdoor venue, I'm trying to say, in Youngstown. So it just opened in 2019. We saw Ace Frehley and Alice Cooper.
Yeah.
This venue, first of all, kudos to Youngstown. This place was very nice. It's about a 5,000 capacity, little lawn area. The stage was great. Sound was great. You park right next door at the Covelli Center, and they built a whole new lit walkway right next door. So you just park.
So, like, you could see well, or it was, like, awesome?
You could see it very well. It was great.
This is a lit-ass walkway. This is, like, the most live-ass walkway I've ever been on. It's lit.
Yeah.
This shit is fire. This walkway is fire right now.
Safety and everything was great. But very, very convenient. Yeah, but the show was terrific. Ace Frehley was good. He sang a lot of the popular Kiss songs and a few other things. He still plays terrific. And Alice Cooper was just amazing. The guy's 73 years old, just still rocking out. He has a great band around him. Just terrific show. We had a great time. So I went with one of my oldest friends. I've mentioned him on the show several times, Jim Cunningham. And the first thing we ever did together in 1987, hanging out, was go to see Ace Frehley up in Cleveland.
Nice.
And fast forward all these years later, we have seen Kiss and Ace Frehley several times together since, including last evening. We're now both in our 50s, still very good friends. He's like a brother to me as well. And it was just very, very nice time. Beautiful, beautiful night, like 70 degrees in the evening. It's just perfect.
Nice. Is that a camping trip, friend, as well?
Yes, that's right. That's him.
Okay.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Did Ace play Snowblind?
No.
No? Damn.
He did not. He played Rip It Out from his solo album.
Cool.
And, of course, Back in the New York Groove. He has to play that one.
Absolutely.
Not as many solo songs as I might have thought. He did a lot of covers that he has done over the years. He did a few of those, which are good. And then a lot of the Kiss songs that he, is famous for writing and or singing, and he sings them all now too. So, like,
do Fox on the Run?
Didn't do that one.
No.
Nope.
Bat 1,000 here, man.
He did Led Zeppelin a little bit, and
that'd be cool.
It was good. It was good, and stuff that he wouldn't sing back in the day on the albums, like Parasite, Cold Gin, that he wrote.
Oh, cool!
And at the time, he was too afraid to sing them. He sings them now, so it's nice to hear that the full blown Ace Frehley version of some of those classic Kiss songs. So
awesome!
Great time. So
knowing Cunningham's size and stature, you were the small spoon, right?
Oh yes,
okay.
Absolutely. But There was a funny. We were roommates for a summer and a half or whatever, which is a very fun summer in 1994. So we're both in our 20s and just having a great time. And my bedroom was here, and his bedroom was next to mine, whatever. And it was one of those moments like in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, sort of, where I'm asleep, and then you sort of have a sensation that somebody's laying in the bed with you. And it's one of those moments where his arm is around me, sleeping for a second. And I'm like, dude, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I guess. So he had went out partying or whatever, came in, he thought that he was in his own bedroom, and I was his girlfriend at the moment.
I mean, you got to try. You never know until you try.
That's right. We had an actual spooning moment there, temporarily, until he realized it was me. Then he quickly
until you ruined it.
Room. Yeah, so I ruined it. Yeah. So
what if you woke? What if instead you woke up and just grabbed his hand over your shoulder and went, "Oh, hi," instead of "What are you doing
Where's
here?"
Your other hand?
Treat him
between
like that.
Two pillows. Those aren't pillows. Yeah.
Brian whispering, "It's really happening. It's really happening."
Yeah, those moments you recognize that, and there's nothing the matter with if you like guys or girls, whatever your preference is. But
no, absolutely not.
That definitely reinforces the fact that I'm not attracted to men like that. No, just no, absolutely.
Maybe you just weren't attracted to him.
Yeah,
it could be.
Yeah. Maybe like smaller stature guys like Nick.
We'll see who's cuddling next. We'll just try some different cuddle mixtures and see what happens. Yeah.
Maybe we'll do it on the 16th. We'll do it on the 16th live.
Sirs, you can't do that on top of the table in the middle of the brewery, please.
There you
Don't tell us what to do.
Yeah, we're not even speaking. It's going to be the three of us spooning for 30 minutes.
How dare you talk to us? How dare you talk to some celebrities that way in your establishment? You should be thankful. We have a podcast. How dare you?
Do you see any other celebrities spooning each other in your establishment?
That's right. No one else has a filming on Facebook. Right? All right, so how are you, Nick? How's your week? How's your weekend going?
I'm good. My weekend was good. It was busy as shit, but it was good. Like, having kids and friends and birthday parties. Birthday party on Friday night. Went roller skating at the old, as far as I know, in this Northeast Ohio area, it's probably the only roller rink left, the one in Springfield. But that was nice. Good time. I did not fall once, which is cool.
Wow.
I used to roller skate a lot as a kid, but I mean, ever since I started ice skating, I just didn't. Well, it started roller skating when I was a kid, but yeah, it was roller blades when I was before I had stopped. So yeah, when you go rent the 4-wheel thing, it's a whole different deal. It's very odd to try to concentrate on the way you're moving your feet, because I ice skate a lot and stuff, but like you want to cross your legs over in a certain way, like when you're turning corners and stuff, and I had to keep like mentally telling myself not to do that, because I would 100% eat shit if I would try to do that on these on a 4-wheeler. But no, it was fun, good time. Saturday was busy with soccer and stuff like that. As usual. That was Sunday. Saturday.
Was it Sunday?
It was Sunday. Yep. Saturday. Saturday, I was at one of the last ever Cleveland Indians games.
Yes.
Which
Can
they won 6-0. That's technically where it's. It's up.
Yeah.
And I got that rally towel right there behind Dean's head.
Brought me a present, Nick.
My door prize. Yeah, that's right.
So it's now part of my new backdrop, which I forgot to mention here.
There we go. Yes.
Should have mentioned it was a used towel, but that's okay. That's fine.
Yes,
fine.
I run that shit out in my mouth.
Yeah, I went with my buddy John, we wiped him down with it and stuff. It was very
yes.
A very moist evening. No, it was a good time. We had a good time. A lot of people there. It was cool. It was a beautiful evening to be out there.
Yes.
Nice and chilly. Good hoodie and shorts weather, which is my favorite.
Yeah.
It was a good time up there. Then Sunday we all went apple picking. Did breakfast over here for everybody, and we went to the apple orchard with family and friends and stuff like that. So it was a good time. And then had my fantasy hockey draft almost immediately following that. Had a buddy come over for that, and then had a hockey game Sunday night, and then it was to bed as fast as possible. So it was very busy. We're usually busy on the weekends, but this one was like jam-packed, like like every time something was over, something else started, and it was just like that all throughout. But it was good. It was fun. It was all fun stuff. None of it was a chore or anything. It was all fun stuff.
Good. Excellent. Yeah, excellent.
Oh,
There
and by
may
the
or
way,
may not be a picture. There may or may not be a picture of me giving Nick a piggyback ride for no reason.
Just
Yeah,
to put my junk on his back. This is the reason. Yeah,
sure.
With the snail trail down my spine.
I don't need an excuse to plant things on Dean's small of his back. That's just what it is.
Nope. What it's there for.
I would also like to point out, Brian, I did not find out until very
I didn't
very
know if we needed to get into this. Go ahead,
very
please.
late Saturday night that Robin informed me that she goes, shit, I forgot to tell Brian about tomorrow. So Brian,
the apple picking?
you would have been invited. If Robin didn't hate you, you would have been invited.
Don't be coy, Brian. Show your frustration and anger. I can feel it
flowing
through you. Let it out. Take this platform now to inform Robin exactly how much she hurt you.
Yeah.
Well, it's very sweet of you
because she will listen, and she will definitely hear this and then react.
It'll give her a different reason to weep while listening.
I did not look at your pictures at all and say, gee, I wonder why I didn't get an invite, just so you understand.
I did.
You guys said, well, that was nice of you.
I looked back at them as I was posting. Like, I'll come.
I missed
these
you.
Fucking pictures.
It's nice to be thought of that way. I greatly appreciate that. I mean,
I think about you all the time.
Thank you. I wasn't sure if Allie and I were going to get together or not. She had a small window of time when her daughter went to her friend's house. So I was literally kind of stuck until I heard from her until almost 2 p.m. So I was sort of just in limbo, but I had a great time just relaxing on the front porch and just
not picking apples and just not staring into the street.
No,
I didn't want to say anything.
After I found out I wasn't going to see her, I did my own thing, went a bike ride, and I asked you guys about watching football, and you guys were doing your thing, which is perfectly fine. We'll do that stuff another time. So
no, I didn't want to say anything at the time. Because I was afraid. But I went up to Robin and I said, "Where is Brian?" And she beat me about the head, neck, and chest area with a switch from the local tree. And
there you go.
It was awful.
The one tree that locally is around.
Next time, we'll do it next time. I appreciate the sentiment and the thought. I do appreciate it really. So yeah.
I mean, whisper that.
I won't let it happen again. I won't let it happen again.
That's okay. Thank you.
Actually, I'm not even going to take a shit without inviting you.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. All right, so before we get on to the show topics here, we talked about this a little bit off camera there. We do want to say here again, help me out here, Nick. So, Guten Tag?
Guten Tag.
Good day.
Yeah, this is a good day, yes.
So we have been noticing more clicks and listens.
You can also say hello as hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah.
Yep. So we have... could be one person, it could be a few people, not sure, but somebody has been clicking a little bit more and listening out of Germany. So thank you so much. And also, I assume it must be the same person or people because we cross promote this show, and I do another one with friends that came from Gen X, more of a Gen X show with my other friends, and both shows are getting a little bit more clicks and views from Germany. So.
I was going to say,
saying hello. Thank you. What's that?
I mean, the Venn diagram there. What does that tell you?
It's
Germany loves Brian.
That's right. I was going to try. I was like, I have some family in Germany, but none of which I think would be aware that I have a podcast. So
yeah, I found it's like David Hasselhoff is here, and I'm like. Right here,
if you
maybe a piece of paper on it.
If we could
something
just
like that.
Get you in the studio for a pop album, you would easily surpass him.
Oh,
that's all. That's the only thing. They just need more.
That's
Brian
really the next step, evolution of this podcast.
Right.
100%. 100%. I've been approached for Baywatch geriatrics. I've been approached.
I'd watch that. I'd watch that.
Deutschland, Liebe, Brian Fisher.
There you go.
See, there you go.
Yes.
See, I've looked up also some German phrases, and the one that I'm comfortable doing is translation English to German. See if I get this right.
Lay it on us here.
Sorry. Actually, the German word in English for sorry is sorry.
Sorry. There we go. Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Sorry.
All right. Well, speaking of sorry, in the world of pop culture and somebody who's definitely maybe
died?
feelings. No.
Okay.
No.
Obituaries. Here we go.
Somebody had to die.
Someone who's definitely feeling sorry, probably for himself and maybe not for other people, is R. Kelly, Dean. So you had talked about this a little bit here.
Oh, yeah. I forgot that I brought up to it, but I didn't.
Dean, sure why you were bringing it to me. Kelly, right.
Yeah.
Dean with his R. Kelly fan club shit. Dean loves R. Kelly.
Oh, he does music? Anyways, yeah.
I'm just a big fan of his internet content.
R. Kelly was convicted of multiple what I think there was
water sport offenses.
Oh, okay. Water sport offensive.
So 9 counts, 1 count racketeering with 14 underlying acts that included sexual exploitation of a child, kidnapping, bribery, and sex trafficking charges, and also 8 additional counts of violations of the Mann Act, which is a sex trafficking law. And he was found guilty of 9 counts, racketeering, just all this stuff, just horrible charges.
Racketeering. He got in trouble for wearing a leather bomber jacket and a metal helmet.
I don't think that's racketeering. Actually.
Oh, racketeering. Oh, I get this. See, I'm sorry. I
finally got one of the jokes there. See, helped you out there a little bit.
Hey, I get that one. Good.
Yeah.
No, I mean, oddly enough, it was nobody's surprise that when they read the verdict, he did piss in his pants. So
yeah, I'm sure. So yeah, so not much to say there other than seems to be a terrible human being, and if any of this is true, he will be in jail. It's not even allegedly anymore.
He is a convicted
felon. He's in jail for the rest of his life, probably so, and deservedly so.
Terrible human being.
Yes. Yeah.
And this guy is blue.
Well, and this guy too. It's like
have you heard about this guy Hitler? Awful.
Folks aren't going to like that, and if they're going to have to watch him because he may have some prison justice if it's if he's not careful there. So yeah. I don't know. So it's just interesting that in the sense of like a well-known a person like that, you have a successful career, and you just get into
literally no pun intended, but you piss it all away.
Yeah, literally. Jesus. Yeah, so
it was right there. I mean, it was bump set. I just needed the spike.
Take a bow, sir. Yep. Take a bow.
Yeah. Yep.
No, I mean we joke, but like this is
racketeering.
Oh, you didn't do it.
What?
He said piss.
Well, I said
piss. Yes. Yeah. Nothing funny about these charges. It's
we make jokes because it's been done, and everybody it's almost one of those things you kind of become.
We make jokes because we're awful people.
Well, that as well, but I mean, it's also you kind of become unfortunately desensitized to that thing because it's kind of been a known thing. He's been in trouble for things before, and there's been multiple. It's been documented very well, all these different things by notable people, and I'm just glad. I am at least glad that he received proper punishment. Where all too often we see celebrities.
Maybe there's some sort of closure for the victims out there.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So hopefully.
Yeah.
I mean, there's definitely some damage that can't be, definitely a lot of damage or all the damage that can't be undone just from that. But yeah, at least some sort of justice served. So that's at least a good thing to take away.
Yes, absolutely. All right, so let's move on. I mean, we know that's we don't condone any of that. It's horrible, and like you say, we hope our hearts go out to the victims, and hopefully that, like you say, this verdict gives them a little bit of closure and start the healing process of some of these poor women and girls out there that had to subject themselves to this, creep. So, all right. So I saw a story we talked about NFTs a few times on the show. So fungible. Excuse me. I keep saying it 1 week. I hear it said both ways. Non-fungible tokens, which again is a It's a means to purchase a digital image that you own, and people that have some of these famous memes in part. Some people making art that they're selling it for, and some of these folks that have some of these memes that's been out there for a long time are selling the image of their own meme and making a little bit of cash out of that. And someone could say that they own the picture of, like one we talked about recently was the Bad News Brian kid. It was the kid that had like just an awkward school picture with braces and a sweater vest and all that.
Oh, with the red sweater vest and the red hair.
And the guy, and the guy that in the picture made, 100,000 or whatever it was by selling his own meme. So now there's another one of those that's made the news this week here. This was Chloe Clem, and she was the side-eyed toddler. So this was
the girl with the kind of teeth. Yes. I don't know about buck teeth, but just the way she was she's in a car seat and she's kind of,
So Chloe is what had happened was the actual story was that the girls were in the back seat thinking they were going to school, and the mom announced, "We're not going to go to school. We're going to go to Disneyland." And the one girl, the little girl, one girl was so excited and going crazy, and the little girl who's in the picture, Chloe, she was 2 years old at the time, made that face like what? Like it was just sort of
did not
maybe understanding it or whatever it was. So that girl just sold her NFT of that meme for $74,000 in cryptocurrency. Nice. So
that's cool. I like that because it's like these people's image and like these random people's images are being used and put to I mean it's for fun and things like that, but you can make it whatever you want to make it, and so now they own it's their image. Like I think that's fair. You know what I mean?
Boys, we need to get into this game.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, we need to get into this whatever NFT game. What I'm thinking, I think we may have brought it up on the mini episode. If this one's too long for you, go listen to the mini episode. It's fantastic.
Little sample size.
Yes, indeed.
But we mentioned there we need to do some sort of picture with Brian in a Batman costume. Nick, you can be in the Robin costume.
Yeah,
that'd be great. Yeah,
absolutely. Like running, and I mean, I could be the Joker, or I think there's something there. Ooh, I like that.
Oh, Alfred, you could be our Alfred.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Alf.
You can be Alf for some reason that's there.
No reason Alf's in the background.
I was going to ask you guys while we were on the topic of this, do you guys have a favorite, like maybe not necessarily a specific meme for what it says, but like an image or whatever? Like, for example, mine is Pajama Kid, the kid that's wearing the SpongeBob pajamas on picture day and his hair's kind of a mess and he's just like, fuck this shit. Like the face is very just... That's my favorite like meme image. It's just, even with no words, it just makes me laugh just as a picture. You guys have a favorite like meme where every time, no matter what, verbiage is put to it, that just the image kind of like leads you to laugh just because you enjoy that one?
That's a good question.
I enjoy the John C. Reilly as like whatever like
like on Tim and Eric or whatever. Right.
That one's always fun.
I think that's what it's from, the Tim and Eric on Adult Swim.
It's part of that era, but he had his own. It was his own show, and if you've ever watched it, it's an acid trip, man. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
One I liked was the kid that it has like the hat, the cockeyed hat. It was like I can't think of what he's called right now. He's just like basically like a douchey type dude.
Okay.
And he has the hat sort of off to the side, and it's I can't remember what. And the hat itself even makes different memes and stuff like that.
Are you sure this is a meme, or was this just a selfie I sent
you? Yeah, no, it's definitely a meme.
He looks like a douche. He's always like he got a beard and wears like button ups all the time. And, like, he's kind of a douche,
real douchebag.
And there's a new one that's been going around too with this is more recent. This with Skeletor. It's like there's a 2-panel, and one he's like talking to you, and the next panel he's just up and leaving. So it's like the top piece, he's like saying something like profound or whatever it is, like to making a point,
just
and then
running
the next
away.
week just runs away or whatever it is. Like, this is the greatest thing ever, and then he just then he just takes off. That's one of the newer ones here. Is there anyone? Is the one
the one I hate?
Go ahead.
The fucking one I hate is that damn the woman screaming at the cat. I don't know where it's from, and I don't get it. I mean, I get the concept of it because I've seen so many memes of it, but I don't know what it's from. Like, what do any of you two know what that's from?
I don't understand actually what, because I don't think they're from the same thing.
I think it was like I think it was like Housewives, a Housewives show or something.
Yeah, and then like maybe the cat was in the background or something. I don't know that it was like. I don't think what I'm getting to is I don't think that in real time like that scenario had anything to do with the cat. I think the cat maybe was from whatever that's from, but. Maybe
or somebody just put it together once, and then everybody's like, "That's fantastic! Everybody just we can use that for everything."
Yeah, right.
Okay.
I always enjoyed the Drake Hotline Bling one, where the one up top was him doing the like finger wag, and then the next one's like that one.
I like that one.
Yeah, that's always you can do that. You use that for a lot.
Okay, this meme is Scumbag Steve.
Scumbag
Steve. All right, let's see it.
Before I knew I was going to do that. So the guy with the hat.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
He looks like a bunch of people I used to hang out circa like 2007, 2008.
Yeah. So like this meme says, makes fun of your job, unemployed.
Yeah.
Steals your wallet, spends 20 minutes helping you look for it. Stuff like that. So.
That's great.
Yeah. Okay, Nick, is there one that you particularly don't like? Dean talked about one that
I don't know.
I pulled up a couple here. The Gene Wilder from
where he's like, tell me
Charlie
more
and the Chocolate Factory. Yeah, tell me more about it.
I like that one. You like that one, or you don't like that one?
I do like that one.
Oh, okay. I know one other one I really like is the one of like Wolverine lying in bed, and then like he's like got his hand on a picture frame, and then like the picture is just insert whatever you know long for, miss, or somebody that's thinking like so and so thinking about whatever. I don't know. That's a good one.
I like the little girl with the fire in the background. And she looked like she started it. That's pretty good.
Yes. I made a joke with that one with the Cleveland Browns playoffs last year with that one there. That's pretty good. One I'm very tired of personally is the Batman slapping Robin, that panel. That was an actual panel in the comics. Yeah. And just that one's kind of overplayed. So I don't want to see an NFT of that one. Although DC Comics might be able to make some cash off of that, frankly, if they did that. So all right. Anything else on memes or anything like that? NFTs? I just thought that was interesting. It's good to see that pop up here. So I'm sort of look for those stories. So
no.
Okay. All right.
I like the what was it, the aliens guy? The aliens are real guy from the History Channel.
Oh, I like those.
Yeah. I like it. That's fun.
Those are good. Okay. Let's see, what else did I see here in the news today? The Cobra Kai.
Yes.
Returning for a 4th season at the end of this year.
It is actually December 31st.
Yes, you're correct. And they've already, I guess, extended to a 5th season, even before the 4th season even airs. So that's definitely some good nostalgia. And it prompted me to wear my Cobra Kai shirt this evening, seeing that news story. So great show, a lot of fun. We've talked about it on this show several times here. And so it's definitely something that I know I'm looking forward to. We kind of not to get into the idiots looking forward to stuff yet, but
we're doing it now, or we're not getting into it.
Yeah, why not? What we're talking about there. So we had some of the segments we talk about on the show is stuff that we're looking forward to that's coming up in the world of pop culture or something like that. So definitely looking forward to Cobra Kai. Dean, you have something?
I am looking forward to saving money with insurance. With Blake Insurance, because Blake Insurance is an Erie insurance agency located right here in Barberton, Ohio.
Yes,
they offer auto, home, renter's, business, or life insurance. Erie Insurance is above all else in service. You want to call 888-571-5359 or visit BlakeInsuranceLLC.com for your free 5-minute quote today. And this gentleman right here, if you're watching on YouTube, I am holding up and showing you a picture of one Mr. Aaron Blake with Erie Insurance and Blake Insurance. And maybe, I don't want to jinx it, but maybe we might have a special guest next week.
Yeah, very good.
Is it Mr. T?
I can't say for sure.
In the meantime, give AA Ron Balake a call, and he will give you a quote.
234-571-5359.
Boom.
Excellent. All right, so this is a good opportunity to take a break, and then we'll come back with some more.
Give me more ads. If you're listening on the podcast, give me more ads.
Yeah.
Yes, right. More ads coming your way on podcast. If not, you'll see a little video clip, and then we will be back within 2 and 2.
Boom.
And if you know what that is, listen to our mini-sode where we talk about game shows this week. We'll be right back. Two.
We're back on Convincing Idiots. I hope you enjoyed that nice promo if you were listening on podcast from the sultry sounds of Brian Fisher. So we are back here on Convincing Idiots. We were talking about all kinds of fun stuff, what we did this weekend, some other things in pop culture, and right before we left, we touched on some things that we are looking forward to upcoming. Dean had mentioned he was looking forward to saving some money by using Blake Insurance.
Yes, indeed.
Dean, what else are you looking for? Is there anything in the? Are we talking, Brian? Do we think is this in the coming week or just in general, or
in general, just upcoming here in the world of pop culture or otherwise? Go ahead.
Then I am looking forward to the sweet release of Death.
Ooh, yeah.
But
so
before
3 weeks. Yep.
4 weeks. Depends on how effective that intervention is. Really.
No, it's
all up to you.
There's not only been confirmation, but it has been announced that the Night Court reboot has been filmed.
Oh, yes.
The pilot has been filmed, and it has been set into series. So in next fall, I assume, because the pilot's already done, we will see the new Night Court.
Yes. I saw a picture.
You saw the picture right too. It's got the old school.
With Dan.
It looks a little cleaner, a little more revamped, but you had John Larroquette, with his all white hair, which looks very cool, in front of the bench with what I can't remember her name right now.
She plays Harry Stone's daughter.
Yes.
But she from Big Bang Theory,
right?
The blonde.
She played Bernadette in Big Bang Theory.
But
yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I don't think it's been announced who else is in the cast.
I haven't seen that. No,
Richard Mull can't be doing a whole lot. He's still alive.
Be cool if he had a cameo or something.
Well, I mean, how could you have Night Court without him? Criminal Court Part 2 is now in session. The Honorable, Samantha B. Stone now presiding.
Yeah. Yep.
So that's what I'm looking forward to.
Okay. Nick?
I am looking very forward to on Friday. This is not really specific to what we typically do here, but personally, being a hockey fan, this is the greatest time of the year or one of the greatest times of the year for me, as hockey is getting ready to start back up. We've got preseason hockey, and specifically, I am a Toronto Maple Leafs fan. Last season, the Toronto Maple Leafs specifically were followed around by Amazon Prime in order to do a season-long documentary TV series about the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Like the whole season?
Yep. So it premieres Friday night. Some members of the media and things have already had special screening codes to already watch it, but I believe it's going to be I did not. I didn't quite make
this podcast. Aren't you part of the media now?
Yeah, I feel like I'm right up there.
Ask?
I feel like I'm right up there with some of the other mega fans, in Leaf Nation. But no, Friday night that'll be on Amazon Prime, so I'm very excited. I think it's a 5-part episode. You're talking about total like 4 hours of time, so I'll probably knock that out.
I mean, for most of it, Friday night, short.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be interesting. My beloved and also perpetual soul-crushing Toronto Maple Leafs. It'll be bittersweet to relive last season because
here's a recap. Here's a recap. Oh, yay!
Oh,
yeah. Last season was all yays, and they were just incredible and setting records and leading goal scorer and all these wonderful things. They were owning basically the entire league stat wise. And then the story was the same as it has always been for the last like 4 or 5 consecutive years. They lost in the first round and to a team that was they should have handily beat. So they acknowledge that right out of the gate. It's kind of like
you take a hot chick out on a date.
Mm-hmm.
Things are going beautifully.
Yes.
You play putt golf. You take her to a lovely dinner.
Yep.
And then you get back to your place.
Mm-hmm.
You have a glass of wine. Things are amazing. A lot of stats. A lot of beautiful things. And then just before you get to going, she whispers in your ear, "I have herpes."
Yeah. And it's like you get the flashbacks from all the past dates that have had herpes, and you're like, it's just like that. It's just like that.
Right. Brian thought I was going somewhere else with it. I know he did. Didn't you?
Yep.
You thought that was going to end somewhere else, didn't you?
I sure did.
Well, that's the thing you love about the Maple Leafs. It always ends in the same place. A disappointing first round.
Herpes.
So, herpes. Yeah. So, narrated by Will Arnett. So that'll be, he's a big Leafs fan. So, but yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to. I mean, regardless, I think just something to get, I mean, not that I really need much of an excuse to get hyped up for hockey season, but it'll be fun to see this. We don't get this all the time, this kind of behind the scenes look and stuff like that. And from all that I've heard, it is very in depth, and you get to see.
Which service is that on?
Amazon Prime. Prime. Yep.
Very good.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. I'll be knocking that out this weekend for sure.
I think I would take a look at that.
Yeah.
Not even a hockey fan.
Yeah.
I mean, check it out. Talking about the Devil Dogs.
Your Devil Dogs. Your Devil.
A little different.
Yeah, that's right. At worst case scenario, you get to look at the beautiful Austin Matthews for 4 hours of your life, and there you go.
And his majestic mustache.
Mm-hmm. Excellent.
You betcha. What about you, Brian? What are you looking forward to? What's coming up for you?
I had a couple things, and we'll talk more about it, but on October the 8th, the James Bond movie, No Time to Die, the last Daniel Craig James Bond movie. It's the 25th Bond movie in the franchise history. So Daniel Craig closes out his pretty solid career as tenure, thank you, as James Bond. I think he did a great job in that role. That's only in theaters October the 8th, and in a couple weeks here, Halloween Kills is coming out, to the second in a already planned trilogy of Jamie Lee Curtis as the older Laurie Strode versus Michael Myers. So the next one comes out next year. Halloween Ends, but this one comes out on Peacock Premium and also in theaters on the 15th. So I just love those movies. Michael
Brian,
Myers.
Do you have Peacock Premium?
I do not have Peacock Premium, and I don't plan to purchase it just for this.
Well, if you don't feel like going to the theater, you can come over to my house and we can watch it here.
That'd be fantastic.
Brian's like, if you could just give me your login, then I could just watch it at home. That'd be great.
Right. That's another good option.
Spend time with you.
That's another good option.
No, it'd be super sweet. You just slide me your username and password, and we could just bypass all that.
I can one option.
Yeah. What's your option? With Dean directly, or very indirectly just by using his login. So,
Right.
Yeah, actually, we could probably do, Nick, an actual Dean interruption rating with that to see how actual many times Dean interrupts.
That's true. You could
I'm
keep
trying
count.
to watch a fucking movie. So,
Yep. Right.
yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. And I also ordered Nick through the comic book company, Westfield Comics, out of Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Does great, by the way, great work. WestfieldComics.com. Go check out their online catalog. You can have a physical catalog, but
I got mine in the mail this week, the physical catalog. Good. Yep.
They package it's very, very good, solid, they bagged, straight. They do a great job there. Been using them off and on for many years, but
pretty good read. You think they could pay us for such a thing? But
at least a couple button or so. But there's a new series that's intriguing, of Batman the Imposter. So I'm checking this out here. So there is somebody impersonating Batman in Gotham City, and his logic is kind of a darker storyline to where he believes, Batman's just not doing what he needs to do to clean up crime. So he's not afraid to kill. Right. He's not afraid to kill somebody or two, apparently, in this series. So and then Batman has to try to figure out, who he is and everything else. So Batman the Imposter, I'm going to check out this limited series and let you know. So that's a couple of things that I am looking forward to.
I actually have to hit up Westfield Comics because they're putting out the collection of Spider's Shadow, which is we've discussed on here before.
Yes.
It was part of the What If series of comics. If Peter Parker had bonded with the symbiote that later became Venom, and I've got the first 3 issues. I missed issue number 4. You can still get 5.
Yes.
But now I just feel like they're coming out with the book. It's like $15. It's got all 5 issues. And I realize I already have 1 through 3, but I don't have 4 and 5. And I just kind of like the collection of them all together. So I think I'm going to have to order that on there. That's coming out pretty soon.
So with that said, we can all agree that Venom, there will be carnage. We're all looking forward to that.
Oh, absolutely.
Coming out Thursday?
100%. Yeah. Not this week.
What? I thought it was this week.
No. It initially was supposed to, but it got pushed back to the 15th. It comes out, 2 weeks from...
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't get excited.
That was the original release date. You haven't seen the first one either, have you? Or did you watch it?
Didn't watch it.
Okay.
Nick's got a DVD that he's letting people borrow for months on end.
That's true.
Before they give it back to him.
You talked about it last week. Yeah. I don't know.
No, I've got one more thing.
Go ahead.
I got one more thing that I am excited about.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second.
Uh-huh.
You said you have not watched it, Brian?
Mm-mm.
So how do you know they could do better with it?
Okay, fair question.
I mean, I'm just saying. I'm not just if you haven't watched it, you don't know.
It's just if you're trying to tell me that the best clips of this movie is in this trailer,
no,
I'm not excited. I guess that's what I'm saying. I will watch it. I've liked the Venom character.
Right.
Yeah, I thought it was a very creative, probably one of the most creative villains in the Spider-Man universe that there ever was. Right.
Maybe that's what you have the problem with is that he's not a villain.
Well, in Venom's,
this movie, he's not a villain.
In Venom's comics, he really is not a Venom. Or I mean, he is not a villain. He is a lethal protector, so he will kill, but he's still got the Eddie Brock and his, bringing the humanity to the character to where he's like, we're not trying to kill people just to kill people. Like he has to work with the symbiote.
Really bad guys.
Right. I mean, we're going to kill people if they deserve it, but whatever. So anyway, I'm not saying you have to watch it. I'm just saying.
I will watch it.
Seen it.
I watched the movie last week, and it was right.
I'm sorry. What was that? I have to watch
it. I will queue it up. I will watch it at the same time you watch Doctor Strange.
Okay.
The Venom movie.
It probably won't be this week, but okay.
Yeah.
I will try to get that in before. I'll tell you what. I will make a deal with you
before the second anniversary of this show.
I will try to watch Doctor Strange before the second Venom comes out. That way, you will have seen the first Venom by the time the second one comes out.
All right. Okay.
If you don't like it, you don't like it. But I will try to do you that trade-off.
I will watch it.
Right. Gentlemen, anyway, I'm excited about one more thing. I don't know if you've heard of the previews or seen the previews or whatever, but it is coming. It is going to be magical and spectacular and anything you can imagine. your imagination can run wild and go here and run wild and go there. And I'm not only talking to you two, but I'm talking to the listeners and viewers. But what I am looking forward to, yeah, exactly. Hey, the one viewer, I'm talking to you. But what I am looking forward to is what all
Guten
of the
you in Germany.
But unfortunately, they won't be able to physically witness what I am looking forward to, which is October 16th and our 1 year anniversary. Gentlemen, could you believe it's been 1 year? We've been doing this for a whole year.
Yeah, it does feel like 2.
And we are having a live show at Ignite Brewery, downtown Barberton. 8 p.m. We're going to start filming. Wouldn't it, Brian, am I right on that? 8 p.m.?
That's right.
Get there a little early.
So I appreciate you letting me know. I didn't know what's happening.
Get there a little early. Say hello. Have a beer with us. And let's all hang out for the evening. I think what the live show is going to be probably about an hour. Like this podcast, roughly around there. And then we're going to hang out. And if you guys come to the live event, we will all hang out. We will. I mean, we're not fucking signing autographs or anything, but we'll have a beer and high five each other.
Not for free.
Too cool for.
Not for free. We're not signing autographs for free, at least.
Fucking cheddar here, man.
Yeah.
But yes, come out October 16th, live event. And if you cannot make it out to Ignite Brewery on October 16th at 8 p.m., sign on to, or not, you don't have to sign on to, everybody's always fucking signing on to Facebook. And it could be in your feed or whatever, but search out our Facebook Live, 8 p.m. for our live show. And then in that, you actually, if you're watching it on Facebook Live, you probably have actually a little bit of a leg up opposed to the people that go live or come to us, see us live, is you'll be able to interact with us via the comment section.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're hard to get to in public places. We can be sometimes pretty busy.
Our personal security will forcibly remove you within a certain distance of us if we don't like your look or smell or something like that. Other than that, you probably could interact with us directly at the
our personal security is Robin, so
she
will kick the shit out of you.
Be there.
That's right. That's right. That she will forcibly remove you and then later on purposely not invite you to family functions.
Guess what? You don't get to come to next year.
That's right.
My family apple picking.
That's right.
Fuck you forever. Go away. Goodbye. That's what she'll say.
That's right. But if you do have topics that you'd like to hear us talk about, you can interact with us either live or send us some stuff on our Facebook at Convincing Idiots and like the page. And then that way, if you like the Facebook page, you'll keep up with us and you'll have the feed pop up on your Facebook and all that. I had a couple of thoughts that we'll talk more about some of the Dean, we keep talking about off and on camera, off camera. I think it's a good live show topic, if you agree. It's the whole Thanos idea. So you've mentioned this before.
Oh, I got
Thanos.
It. Yeah.
Was it something that do you agree with Thanos's mindset or not? And I thought maybe another topic could be maybe.
Oh, I think you're talking about the multiverse thing. I got on Jazz Cabbage one night and I figured out what they're gonna do. The multiverse. I figured it all out. And I'm going to debut that.
So that's going to be spoiler night.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. And if you agree with Thanos' idea in general in the Avengers, movies, as far as, eliminating 100%. Half of the population, and then I don't know, Magneto's mindset as well with humans, mutants. There's
I'm actually arguments. The whole snap thing for this fucking podcast. So
there you go. Or somebody half disappears, you mean?
Fucking roll the dice, see who's here and who's not. Let's go.
Yeah. It's gonna be me.
Show up or tune in. We'll definitely have a good time. All right, so idiot reviews, guys.
Don't tell anybody. Real quick, rumor between the three of us might be an Aaron Blake that shows up at the live show. Maybe.
Ooh,
yeah.
Don't tell anybody. Okay. Keep that to ourselves.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
All right.
Okay, idiot reviews, guys. Did you watch anything since we last shot? TV, movies, read something that is of interest to you? You want to talk about a little bit, or maybe you watched something that wasn't so good. You want to mention here. So,
if that's the case, I'll go first.
Go ahead.
Star Wars Visions.
You watched it?
I as much as I could.
Yeah.
What is you call yourself a Star Wars fan?
Is that the anime
Have you seen
thing?
it? It's the anime thing. Each episode is done by a different anime director, writer, producer, whatever you want to call it. I only got to the first 4, I think, and the only character from Star Wars was Jabba the Hutt.
Sully Scrum with him?
Nope. But let me tell you, it beautifully done. The first episode is done in this old school samurai, black and white, kind of crackling, grainy filming look. All of it is beautiful. The artwork and everything is awesome. It's just not for me. It was not made for me. I was going to say for a 40-year-old man, but there probably are some 40-year-old guys that enjoy anime. I'm not an anime guy. I never have been. A lot of my friends got into it in high school or middle school or whatever. I never understood it. So this was not made for me. If you want to just see, some cool animation and it looks nice and cool, yeah, check it out. But it just wasn't for me. 5 deans interrupted me.
Is it
That's not a long show.
Is it just a take on the characters in situations, or is it take on the movies?
I was say, I don't think it's even characters. It's literally anime, but they're allowed to have lightsabers and stuff, and
exactly.
It's just an anime thing of no one but it's it takes place in the Star Wars universe the way I understand it.
One of the episodes was the name of it was the twins. I'm like, okay, cool. They're going to do Luke and Leia, their take on this. Nope. It was just 2 other random twin that were made and created by the actual Sith and dark side. And it was a story about that. And yeah. And again, very cool artwork. It was well done, but it's not my bag. So out of 10 interrupting deans, 5 deans were interrupting during it.
Okay.
So again, not the worst thing.
Yeah,
but
I was interested to see what it was. I was and Lane's really excited about it because he likes some of the anime stuff, and I'm
there you go. Lane will love it.
This is cool for you because you like Star Wars, you like anime, and I'm same as you, Dean. When I was a kid, Pokemon, Dragon Ball Z were big deals. They were very popular. I tried to watch them to see what the big deal was, and I never really, it just never connected. I never really understood what was going on. I didn't get the appeal. So. But I'll when he watches it, I'll try to watch an episode with it. See,
and don't take my word for it, guys. I mean, Nick, you might watch it and go, "Oh, you know what? I kind of dig this."
Right.
And again,
maybe
if it was on again, I wouldn't. I didn't hate it. It just didn't appeal to me.
I think we fall into because I don't know. I mean, maybe it's different with kids now, but when you grow up with Star Wars, you kind of, I don't want to say it's a trap, but you fall into the trap of being you're expecting something specific. You want all the characters, the hallmarks, the things that you know and you love. And I mean, Disney owning this, and the same as it goes on with Marvel and stuff like that. They're branching off into so many things. It's there's just storylines for side characters that I'm I've never heard of this person. I don't know who they are. Whatever. So I think it's just kind of. Maybe part of the battle is just getting used to the fact that when it's Star Wars, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be Star Wars the way you always knew it. Because for so long, Star Wars was the Skywalker saga and everyone that you know, all the characters. So, and that's changed, which is fine. You can only, I mean, you don't want to beat it to death. I mean, that's, that your characters are...
But
there's nothing wrong with having certain appearances and things like that and branching off of that storyline, which they're doing with, different shows and things like that. But...
when you call it Star Wars Visions and you precede it on the same channel with Marvel's What If,
yeah, it kind of leads you to think it's
exactly. You're
something
thinking
in that vein.
Oh, they're going to give us like their take on Empire Strikes Back, or their take on even go the new prequels. Give me weird shit on that. But no, they weren't even any characters. So
it would be cool to see like a what if Star Wars, eh? Like,
right,
wouldn't that be
that's
cool?
what I thought it was going to be.
Like a
in Japanimation eyes.
That would be cool. That would be really cool. I'm sure give him a couple years, we'll have it. It's
after everybody from Lucasfilms listens to this podcast, yeah, I'm sure they will.
Sure, yeah,
absolutely. I think one of them resides
George.
In Germany, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. George Lucas has been on vacation in Germany. That's why we've had
that's this. That's the uptick. Yep,
that's right. Yeah, I okay. All right. I can't get excited for that either necessarily. But yeah,
can't blame you.
Eventually, maybe a nice cold winter day.
Right.
It's like I'm looking for something to watch.
At least watch the first episode, the pilot or whatever. The first episode is that black and white one. It is at least neat enough to, it is visually very cool to look at.
Okay. All right.
You don't know what the fuck's going on, but at one point the R2 droid is made of bamboo. And it still has lights and beeps. So, all right, there you go. And we move on.
All right. Okay. Yes, indeed. All right. Okay. Nick, anything you watched that you we'll talk about?
I actually wanted to. This is not anything I've watched since the last time we filmed necessarily, but I was curious. Have either of you watched any of the Netflix documentary series of Untold? Untold on Netflix. There are different episodes. They pretty much all they all center around sports stories. So I think last I checked there were 5 of them out. I've only watched 3, but I would strongly recommend them. The ones I watched they're each, I would say, probably about 45 minutes to an hour each. One of the first one I watched was about covered Malice at the Palace, the infamous fight between the players and the fans at the Palace at Auburn Hills. The Detroit Pistons played the Indiana Pacers. What's that?
Arnett or whatever his name was.
Meta World
Artest.
Artest.
Yeah.
And back when Ben and Rasheed Wallace played for the Pistons, they were winning championships and stuff. Very interesting. Very cool look at very well done documentaries. Just looks at things that have happened in sports. Another one that I watched was on a guy called Marty Fish. He was a world-class American tennis player that struggled with mental anxiety and things like that. That was very good. And then the one that's probably gotten the most notoriety so far and that's gotten the most attention is one about a minor league hockey team back in 2005. Which
that's what you're telling me. Okay,
it's crazy because, and I've heard other people in actual hockey media talk about this, and they're like, this happened in the sport that we work in, and none of us even knew this was happening at the time. And I'm very plugged into hockey. I spent a lot of even minor leagues. I keep track and pay attention to teams and leagues and who's doing what and what farm system. Back in 2005, when there was a full season lockout, there was a team in Danbury, Connecticut. It was essentially, just to give you the run, I'm not giving anything away, but it is a documentary following a minor league hockey team that was purchased by essentially a mob boss, or what everyone around him refers to as the real Tony Soprano. He purchased this minor league hockey team and made his 17-year-old son the general manager. And they were called the Danbury Trashers. The guy owned a trash, a waste company. And it was understood that he was they ran a mob. Like, they basically, a lot of things were very under the table, and this hockey team was run like a mob. They went out there and beat the ever-loving shit out of people, and he would be up there, the owner of the team, like in Gladiator, giving the thumbs up, thumbs down of who to go and beat the shit out of. And they just basically, this kid built this team like he was playing the NHL games on PlayStation, and picked all the best scorers that he could and all the toughest guys that would beat the shit out of everybody that he could, and they were a really good team. And it's just very interesting to watch. He took the kid was a big fan of both hockey and the WWF at the time, so he was like, I'm just going to take the two things that I love and I'm going to create the spectacle of professional wrestling and put it on ice. And it's that episode is very entertaining. The types of stunts that they pulled, the things that they did, just all the illegal activity. it's definitely worth a watch, even if you're not a hockey fan, just to witness the spectacle that was that.
What is that on?
Netflix. It's a Netflix documentary series. Okay. So if you look up on Netflix, Untold, there's also one on Caitlyn Jenner that I haven't watched yet, and there's another one on a female boxer. I guess in like maybe the 80s or early 90s, something like that. But anyway, yeah, it's all the episodes that I've watched have been really good. So I would strongly recommend checking those out if you haven't. But it's called Untold. And they're just sports documentaries. Yeah.
Okay.
Very good.
I know I just went, but that story reminded me of something I did watch. Mm-hmm. Are you guys familiar with it is on, I want to say Epix, or maybe not Epix, but it is called Dark Side of the Ring.
Oh, yeah. It's a Vice, I think.
Vice,
thing.
That's right, Vice.
Yeah.
Dark Side of the Ring, where they tell the behind-the-scenes story of like some of the horrible shit, like the final days of Owen Hart before he fell to his death.
They did a Chris Benoit one.
The Last Ride of the Warriors, Eddie Guerrero. Mm-hmm. I watched this episode that is very, very similar. Nick, you will love this episode.
Okay.
Have you watched any of them?
I have watched a lot of them.
Familiar?
Yeah, okay. No, I've watched a lot of them.
Did you watch the Cocaine and Cowboy Boots?
No, I saw the trailer for it, though.
The Herb Abrams stories. It's about this guy who ran his own independent...
Can you guys see me?
No.
No, we lost your video, sir. Yeah.
But Herb Abrams ran this independent wrestling promotion out of like LA or something like that. And he had a lot of money. So he put way too much money. Like he hired all these big names and paid him a bunch of money. And all this guy did was did cocaine. And it's a ridiculous story. I will tell you the end because it makes you want to watch the rest and figure out how he dies with naked in cowboy boots covered in Vaseline and cocaine.
Oh, wow. Okay.
He hired Andre the Giant, bounced checks to Andre the Giant. I mean, if you're Dark Side of the Ring, and it's called Cocaine and Cowboy Boots, the Herb Abrams story.
Okay.
Like Nick said, even if you don't like hockey, even if you don't like professional wrestling, it's a crazy episode. So,
okay.
Sorry, I'm back. I cut out there, but I'm back. So I will. Okay, Cocaine Cowboy, though, is what it's called.
Yeah, cocaine, and Cowboy Boots.
Okay.
The Herb Abrams story.
Okay.
Cool. Highly recommend.
Okay.
I like all that stuff. That's good. Okay.
Yeah, I like cocaine. I like cowboy boots. Let's fucking go.
Sure. That's right. I mean, the sports, so since last week, I did finish the Macho movie with
oh, yeah.
What's that?
No, it did not.
Did what work?
There's a mute button somewhere, which is I've meant to bring up, but yeah, I just found. Oh yeah, when you pull it on me, but when I do this, you can hear me. See?
How'd you do that?
Down on your script. Well, this is something we can work out. I think probably afterwards.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
This is where
Brian. Go ahead. Brian, go ahead.
Can I fucking go now? Jesus Christ.
Go ahead, Brian.
No, I'm kidding. I did finish the Cry Macho Clint Eastwood movie. Last week I watched half of it and fell asleep.
Yeah.
Not because it was a movie. I started it too late in the evening after
how good was it?
Full evening out.
Yeah.
No, but I did finish it up. And it's I don't know that I would necessarily recommend go pay full price at a theater to see it, but it is a very sweet story. Clint Eastwood is still a fine actor. As I mentioned last week, it's really beautifully shot. Just at the end of the day, it's a nice feel-good story. That's it. So it's if you're looking for even a family type movie, it's definitely family appropriate to watch. But it's still grumpy old Clint Eastwood trying to do something, befriends a kid, trying to get a Mexican kid across the border for his friend, his father, who was a friend of his, and just kind of things that happen along the way, and like a lot of these kid thing, the kid's angry at him at first, and then do they form a partnership and this and that. It kind of goes back and forth a little bit, but like I said, overall, decent movie. I noticed the ratings for it are kind of lukewarm, and that's like I can agree with that. I would give it probably out of a 1 to 10 Dean interruption of about a 5. So it's not gonna disappoint you, but if you go into it, it's not gonna thoroughly probably wow you either. But it's a fine movie. At the end of the day, listen, it's 91-year-old Clint Eastwood still acting and directing, getting around fine.
Who's
and that
got
in
my
itself,
soup?
Yeah, and that in itself is pretty impressive. And I've liked Clint Eastwood movies for many, many years, going back to the Westerns and all that stuff. So there you have it. You going to say something, Nick?
I was going to say, are all of these, you said he befriends a youth and whatever, and so it sounds like Gran Torino. I'm like, are all these some sort of cry for help for Clint Eastwood to just to try to relate to the young people?
It's based on a book. I don't know. It's just the story must have been appealing to him or somebody. But
strange brown people move all around me, and it confuses and angers me. I don't know what the fuck's going on because my eyes won't fucking open at this point. God damn it! Where's my soup?
You should have done the outro last week in Clint Eastwood. That was really good. That was very good.
Yeah, and that was pretty good. Mm-hmm. So I saw that, and then as far as like network television, we talked about network television. Do you really watch a whole bunch there? I still watch the Goldbergs. I love that series on ABC. The season premiere was this past week. As a matter of fact, Peyton, my daughter, and I watched it tonight. We've watched that show for many years. Just kind of we would watch Goldbergs and Modern Family on Wednesday nights. So it was the night she came, when she came over for dinner, we'd watch the recordings of those and like both shows. It's set in the 80s. I love the 80s references.
They got to be in the 90s at this point, right? Or
this is the the 9th season of that show. It's still set in the 80s. They're not going to, I think, get into the 90s.
Well, I mean, the commercial I saw. What is the newest episode? It was like 1989. So I mean, they're at the cusp of the 90s.
They never say what year it is.
Well, but I remember watching the commercial and seeing that what the kid was into, and I knew it was 1989.
Yeah, you could get into. I mean, some of the things, it's like you could make guesses as far as what they're into. Like he was. This past episode was around Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. There's always a theme.
That was 1989, right? Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure?
I think it was earlier than that, honestly. But it was the actor George Segal was on that show for every year since it started as the grandfather, and then the actor literally passed away. And okay, there you go. The actor passed away, and in this season opener, they go and pay tribute to his character, the grandfather on the show, and it was actually very touching and moving and all that stuff. So again, it's still a well-written show. If you like the 80s and just like a well-written sitcom in general, I recommend go check out the Goldbergs on ABC.
I think that's
you
the difficult thing about
on demand or whatever. Go ahead.
No, that's the difficult thing about period pieces like that with child actors, because they get older.
Sure.
Even if you try to not say the year, but
the kid is growing up on the show.
Right?
They have done that. Yeah. I mean, it's like when the show started,
they're not the Simpsons.
The youngest kid was in middle school, and then he has older siblings, and they were in high school now.
Right.
They're in college, and he's a senior now. So they do speak to all that stuff here. But
what was it? That 70s show in the finale, it ended them in a New Year's Eve counting down to 1980. Right. And then 3, 2, 1, and then the series ended.
Yeah. And then the guy was in jail all of a sudden, the actor, right? He was just in jail, right?
Well,
the frizzy-haired guy was just...
He was in another series. He was in The Ranch for a little bit.
Remember they tried to do that 80s show, like that was a spinoff, and it lasted for
Tyler Lee was the hot brooding punk rocker.
Yeah,
Tyler Lee. If you're curious about that, she was hot.
And the Goldbergs tried that too. They had a spinoff called Schooled, where the girlfriend of the older brother, it's set in the 90s, and she goes back to the same high school. They brought in some of the characters from the series as they're still teaching at the school, and she was a teacher. It was decent, 90s references and stuff that just didn't make it.
Yeah.
So, But anyway, that's a couple of things there. All right, so guys, we're going to get into some other stuff, but we're out of time, so we will get into more stuff on James Bond and other things next.
Yeah, the James Bond
week.
thing, I'm looking forward to, because I think because like you said, Daniel Craig is retiring from James Bond, so to get all of our takes on who should be, because we've already done who is the best Bond. Now, who should be the next Bond?
Yeah.
So next week, look at this. I'm teasing for next week.
Maybe it's a mini-sode. Maybe it's part of the.
Look at what seasoned veterans we are now. Already leading you into the next episode.
Look at that.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll get into more of that and see. Yeah, so I like that topic there. So. Okay.
And I still want to talk about that ridiculous cookie.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so Nick, you want to take us out, sir? Remind the folks where we can be found.
No,
sir.
Nope.
All right.
Good night, everybody.
All right. Well, we can be found if you must. No, we are all over.
Suggestion?
We are all over. What's that?
Do you want a suggestion?
Sure. Give me a suggestion. Who do you want to hear give you the outro?
We haven't really touched on a lot of that one item or that one person.
I'll touch on anybody. I don't care.
All right. All right. Do the outro on Brian.
Oh, okay. Okay. For those of you who have enjoyed this podcast, we appreciate your time, especially those of you in Ireland, specifically. And
Barack Obama.
And in Germany. Oh, okay.
You can finish it, Barack Obama.
Okay, I'll do it, and then you can decide if it's Barack Obama or Brian Fisher. It's up to you. You can choose your own adventure. This can be whoever you want. Okay.
I'm sorry.
So, we appreciate your time. This is Barack Obama. Now I can't not do it in Barack Obama. We appreciate your ears and listening to us. We can be found on all over social media. We are on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and also TikTok. We can be found, all of these links can be found on our link tree. That is, I'm just going to do full Barack Obama. That will be Convincing Idiots link tree. If you go to Google and you type, you're going to go to Google. You're going to type in Convincing Idiots, and there you'll find our link tree because we're the only ones. Okay, so you're going to go ahead and click that.
Yeah, Barack Obama.
And from there, what you're going to do is you're going to click that button, and from there, it's going to give you all those links that I just said. They're nice and laid out for you. It's very easy for the American public to find. Okay. And then you're going to click one of those. It'll take you right there. It's also going to tell you where you can listen to our podcast. All right. As well as, if you'd like to go to our website, it's going to be at www.convincingidiots.wordpress.com. Okay. It's WORD, not world, word, WORDPRESS.com. And from there, you can find all those same links, all right, as well as you can learn more about Brian. You can learn more about Dean. You can learn more about Nick, who's a millennial. And a lot of fun things there. A lot of fun things for you to play around with, okay? That's what we're here for. We like to have fun. So, for this episode of Convincing Idiots, I'm a millennial. I care a lot about my fellow people. My name is Nick.
I'm the Zennial Dean, and God damn it, that's the most professional you've ever sounded.
Thank you.
I'm Brian, Gen X. Thank you, Mr. President.
Absolutely.
And Mr. Fisher.
That's right. That's right. And Mr. Fisher and or. Okay, we're all on the same team. Okay. We're all on the same team here. Okay. So for convincing idiots, have we convinced you to spend some more of your time with us? We'd really appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.